Today is an exciting day because we get to do some more maintenance. I'd call this a modification to the GX. We are putting 460 brakes, GX460 brakes on the 470. Here are the brakes in question. Some big boys, and they are a little bit thicker than the 470 brakes. And then we also got a GX460 caliper and then some brake pads. This should be a pretty straightforward install, but we're gonna get right into it, take off the wheel. We've got the car all jacked up and ready to be worked on. Make sure you secure it with some jack stands underneath. But the first thing you're gonna wanna do is get your caliper off. You gotta take off this 12mm nut that's holding on the brake lines. That is right here, and then as well as this 17mm nut. There's two of them, another one right back there. I already got the thread started on them because they were pretty on there, pretty seized up, I'd say. So we got them loose. A couple more twists left and they'll come right off. We're gonna set the caliper aside after we get it off, and then we're gonna take off the brake line. And I would get a bowl or a bucket of some sort so you're not just leaking brake fluid all over the ground. Take your brake line off. It should be a 10mm. What I like to do right away is grab your new caliper and get it tightened up so it's not just leaking everywhere, and you can save yourself some brake fluid. Now we're gonna go ahead and take our old rotor off and slide our new one right on. We're also gonna slide a couple lugs on so it's not moving all over the place while we are putting on caliper. Our caliper back on, and get the bolts not fully tightened but tightened up so we can put our pads and pins in. Well, I have managed to snap the brake line, so I'm gonna have to run to the parts store and get some new ones. We'll be back with new brake lines shortly. I ended up just going to the local parts store, got some brake line, and then swapped over these and went to a repair shop nearby because last time I tried to flare brake line fittings, it did not go to plan. So I was gonna mess with it again, and I just bended it back in place, and now we're gonna get it all back on, hopefully smoothly this time. We're gonna get our 17mm bolts that we use to take off the caliper, put them back on. Now I'm gonna bend the brake line back onto its original position in the caliper. I gotta bend it a tiny bit more, which should not be an issue. And then I'll show you behind the caliper. That is our new brake line fitting, as well as right here. I recommend honestly just replacing these if yours look old, because that's definitely what I should have done. We got them swapped out, and this is what our new caliper and rotors look like. They're pretty shiny and nice. We're gonna tighten the two 17mm nuts in the back as well, and then we can put our pads and pins and all that good stuff in. Just gotta tighten those two 17mm. The pads and rotors that I'm using and caliper are all from Detroit Axle. They're local to me because I'm in Michigan right now, so it just makes shipping quicker. But I've never had a Detroit Axle part actually fail or give me hard times, so I've always gone to them. All product links will be in the description below. I messed up pretty bad putting the caliper on, and I just noticed something was off. The bleeding screw was at the bottom, and then I continued to look, and I'm like, oh, I put the driver's side caliper on the passenger, so we're gonna get that swapped over. Make sure your bleeder screw is at the top when you're doing this, not the bottom. This is how it should look with the bleeder screw on top. What you're gonna wanna do is torque these bolts down to 70 foot-pounds, and now we can finally put our pins back in and our pads. Before you do this, don't forget to grease up your sliding pin. The pads go in with the half moon facing the front of the car. So for example, like this pin goes in right here, and then this goes right there as you are sliding the pin in. First, get your pads seated in position, and then you're gonna want to have this ready to go as well. Just kind of just slide it in. It's kind of difficult to maneuver this pin, but that should be your final product with both of these up there. And finally, you're gonna want to grab the last bracket that you need to get in and slide your pins so the circles are facing each other. After that catastrophic failure on the front, wrong side caliper, and breaking the brake line, we should have an easy process in the back. So for the fronts, I did the 470 to 460 upgrade. For the back, I'm just swapping the pads and rotors, keeping the calipers. I'm going to have to paint match them at some point. I don't know if I'm gonna go like different color or just keep them silver. I don't know what wheels I'm gonna get yet, so if you have any ideas for what wheels I should get. I'm not sure if I wanna go silver or black or even gray, I don't know. So if you got ideas, drop them down. But let's knock out these rear brakes. First things first, we have to take out this 17mm bolt, and then there's another 17mm right here. This takes off the caliper, and then this one takes off where the actual pads go. So let's get both of these off. Just 4 17mm bolts. After those 2 bolts, you should be able to remove your caliper. After those 2 are out, this will come apart. And then take out your old pads. These were pretty toast, almost to the wear line, so good time to replace them. Next up, take off your your rotor. Now you can take your pad holder, take out all these metal clippings. When you're installing these, make sure this part is on the outer edge so it doesn't nick your pads. Boom, all of them are mounted up, and now we are going to throw our caliper, and now we're going to grease them up. Now we can throw our new rotors on. Like I said, a lot easier than the fronts. Once you get those all snug, you can put your new pads on. Again, we went Detroit Axle. Just had good experiences with them in the past, and they have good prices. So you want to kind of put it in like so, and then I like to bend it in so it goes right in. So kind of like boom, bow type deal. You are going to need a C-clamp, and what you do is you clamp it on to the back and then push the piston all the way forward. Now we can throw our caliper back on. Should just snug right into place, and we're gonna lube these up, the pins or bolts that go in. Just lube up this a little bit, grease up your bolts, and slide them right back in. Just like that, you have swapped your rear rotors and pads. Let's get the tire back on, and then we gotta bleed the front brakes. Now we're going to bleed our brakes off our freshly done pads, rotors, calipers. So first things first, you're gonna wanna make sure you're topped off. Make sure this is full at that max level right there. This one-man bleeder thing from, you can at any parts store really. You can just hook it up to your bleeder screw and then put it above where the bleeder is. So in here, we have our bleeder zip tied up here. Oh, maybe not anymore. Oh, like I was saying, we have our bleeder zip tied up here, and then down there, we have it on our bleeder screw. That is how you bleed your brakes with a 470. You're gonna wanna go in the order of front passenger, front driver side, and then rear passenger, and then rear driver side. I just didn't get it on video. I only did the driver side on video. And now we're gonna go for a test drive, make sure everything works, and see if we notice a difference with the 460 brakes. What is up, y'all? We're back, and we are driving in the GX with our new brakes on. Overall, first impression, I do notice a big difference, but that could also be because my brakes were already pretty bad. The pedal is just super soft, and I don't think they were bled correctly, or they needed new calipers or something like that, but I did replace them all. So now it's pretty mint. It feels good. I thought the pedal would have been more responsive, but that just might be a brake booster thing. Because in my last GX, the pedal was super like touchy. Like that's not full brake, but they feel good. Honestly, do I notice a difference from 470 to 460 brakes, calipers, rotors? No. Are you gonna notice anything? I don't know. My brakes were bad before, so don't know if it improved. It definitely improved, but I can't notice it too much. But they feel good. I just I bedded them, broke them in, did like multiple hard stops, driving around, some soft stops. I don't know if you have to do those for, I don't know. I'm just super optimistic about that kind of stuff, so I did it. Hopefully I did it right, and my brakes are good, but we're gonna check them out. But it brakes good. Like that's almost full. That's not full power, but it comes to a stop pretty damn quick, I will say that. The person behind me probably thought I was brake checking him. Probably shouldn't have done that. But I'm happy with it, and they look good. But I would definitely recommend doing this, because theoretically, on paper, it's better. It's a thicker rotor, dissipates heat better, more braking power. But I'm happy with it. It brakes like a normal car, brakes how it should, and will definitely help with all the weight that I'm going to be adding to this thing. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Many more videos to come. We have done a bunch of modifications to this thing, speakers, and are planning to do a lot more. So stay tuned, subscribe, like, comment, do it all, help a brother out. But we'll see you guys. Drive safe, and stay tuned for more content with the GX. Deuce.